So we talked about the circle. I showed you the spiral here. We didn't actually graph one. We also graphed a straight line. And then we talked about the limasones and the cardioid. And we even graphed a cardioid above. Okay? Now, when you're doing this on your homework, if you have a cardioid or a limacone, or we're going to do a rose curve today, you are going to have to make a chart where you're labeling 5 points. If you didn't do that yesterday, it's okay. You can do it after you've graphed. You're just going to pick 5 points and you're going to label those on your graph. And I'm going to show you how to do that today as well. We also talked about how these do not have to be facing this direction, right? If you have the inner loop, okay, the inner loop could be facing the left, okay, or you could have a cardioid that's facing the right. Okay, nice little heart there. And then today we're going to graph a rose curve. Now if you look at the equations, each curve has a special equation. See how this is the cosine of 2 theta, 3 theta, 4 theta, 5 theta? So that's going to directly relate to the amount of leaves there are, okay, on your rose. And again, just like these, this can be in any direction. Okay, so you could rotate any of those and your graph could look like that. So let's start with example 3. We're going to sketch a graph of r equals 8 cosine of 2 theta. So just looking at this equation, we would know that it's going to be a rose, and how many leaves is it going to have? Yep, it's going to have 4, right? Because it's the cosine of 2 theta, so it's going to be a 4-leaved rose. There's another characteristic that we're going to notice about this. All right, so let's go ahead and make sure that we are in polar mode. So if you didn't alter that, you should still be in polar mode. I'm going to go to my y equals, and then I'm going to have 8 cosine of 2 theta. You guys are going to want to practice this on your calculator. All right, so when you are graphing this, watch mine because you'll only see this once. Then when you go back, it's not going to show you how it's graphed. Okay, so look up, ready, and graph. Okay, so that's going to show you how it's going to graph. I'm going to go to the standard. Okay, so look at the loop. Okay, so what happened is it started here, and then it looped, and then it looped, and then it looped. Okay, now this kind of looks like this petal is a little bit longer. All of the petals are the same. So kind of like the circle yesterday, I can go to zoom and then z square. And then that's going to give me a better looking rose curve. Okay, now they're all going to look the same. You do want to be careful when you plot it that all of your petals are going to have the same thickness. Now sometimes